This is the first track that I did with Bilmuri. Johnny sent me this one about, I think it was a little over a year ago now. We got this going, and he sent me this intro, and he was like, do you want to co-write for some Bilmuri tracks? So he sends me this little clip. This is what it all started with, is he had this riff that was going. So there's like kind of these cool guitar chords going in the background. This vocal sample that is kind of the main point of the song. And we have ended up adding a few little fills and drops. This is a thing that I love a lot about Bilmuri, is there's always like some sort of found sound or like something that catches you off guard in the middle of the song. So this one has like some drum fills that are really cool. Those claps. Also got this like huge impacts going on it. So we had that chorus and kind of had a beat together and a general idea of where it was going to go. And then we were sitting here and messing around with this guitar part. And it started out, we actually committed this sound. So I believe it was just the DI that was playing, but we took it and kind of threw a bit crusher on it. There's a Logic plugin called Spectral Gate that kind of adds little like bubbles almost to the sound. It makes it sound like if you got it like I don't know, an MP3 off of like Livewire or something, whatever the old website was that people used to steal music off of, and it was all degraded and kind of crappy sounding, but it ends up making a simple part like that have a bunch of character. So that guitar part's going. And then this is actually, I think this was a vocal sample that we had. We did the same thing, kind of put that spectral gate on it. This is more of a good example of what it does. And then we kind of started placing this beat on top. So all these hi-hats kind of like glitchy, giving it a vibe. And then this is the main kit that's going. So like those samples that have kind of like the vinyl element to it, they just sound, they fit into a track better than just a dry kick that you would throw in on top of something like that. That may sound cool in the context of the track, but we want something that has character and kind of like melts into it instead of popping out. So that's what a lot of these sounds are like. They're a little bit rough around the edges. Johnny actually sent me the vocal files. We mixed this way differently than I would anything else. He actually did a lot of the vocal processing and would send it over with effects and all. So it would have like the delays, the reverbs, everything on it. And I'll just kind of carve out some EQ in there and kind of get it to sit a little bit better. And these delay throws. The delay throws in this are actually really sick. They're just kind of really weird and have a bunch of like format changes and stuff in it. We wanted those to sit up there really high. So chorus then comes in after that. Huge. I think my favorite thing in this song is actually this little tambourine loop that we messed up a little bit. And it kind of just goes side to side in the back to give it a little bit of movement while these chords and everything are hanging. And this loop actually blends really well with the guitars too, because all of the guitars on this, I think they're in drop D, but they're higher, and we're trying to get the track to sound thick. So usually adding some like high element like that that's kind of moving around, and there's always 808s going with the bass all the time in the background. Probably hard to hear it on this because they're a little bit lower, but you just kind of change with the chords. Kind of goes back in that verse again, but we took out some stuff to kind of make it a little bit different than the first one. This lead comes in. Oh, also the chorus has that. Really nice. We made this while he was here as well. This guitar that he's just kind of playing this high thing, and it was just a DI, and we added, again, that spectral gate, bunch of reverb. I wanted to make it sound like a synth almost in the background, because you would never hear that in the context of the song, I think, and be like, oh, that's a guitar going. And then it ends out with that same breakdown again, but we always got to add something new in there. So it's got a new fill that comes in. Sometimes even really small sounds like that are just funny. But it's always fun working on Bilmuri stuff because it's just making stuff for fun and like making stuff that we enjoy. And there's a lot of new stuff that we've been working on that I'm really, really excited about. But this is one of my favorite songs that I've worked on with Johnny. So that's my breakdown of Thicc Thiccly for Bilmuri.